Welcome back. Time to do the next ship in the list, the Rock Sea Replacement, the Geode. Looks like this ship is taking the Vanilla Games Rock Sea mixture of multiple alien races technology and really running with that theme. We've got 4 different crew types on board, Engi, Zoltan, Rock, and Crystal. And we're starting with a strange collection of weaponry that might work pretty well together. Crystal Burst 1, Mini Beam, and Ion Blast, so we can pierce through one shield, but also we have a powerful little 2-power combo here of dropping the shield and then Mini Beaming them, which could open them up even further. To compensate for having 4 weapons bars and pretty solid weapons for the most part, we're borrowing some stuff from Zoltan B, and looks like we've got half a shield, like the single shield bar from Zoltan B and the Zoltan shield. So we're going to be hitting them hard, hopefully like right out of the gate, and better make it count. Case in point, these 5 shield bars are all that stands between us and suns and asteroid fields and beam drones, so let's get our weapons online and get out there, huh? Probably might want to run something like this, I guess. I mean, Crystal Burst 1 is slow, but has the potential to damage enemy systems with only, like, 1 evasion roll, like this early on in the game. Just gotta check enemy evasion once, and then you hit them, and that's it. I don't have to pass the Ion Blast and then Mini Beam them, although that's pretty close. I mean, if the first Ion Blast lands, we're laughing all the way to the bank anyway. Where do I want to put everyone? Let's see. So we've got a clone bay, so I don't have to run the Zoltan to the med bay. I'll probably want to put you somewhere where I can, like, block people out of getting to, piloting or weapons or something. You'll want to be on hand to fix weapons, so I might run something like this. You know, I'm sure you could probably shuffle his crew around a lot to fit whatever your particular playstyle is, but I think this fits more or less how I'd like to do it. Like, now the Engi is right there, free to either fix weapons or eventually, I would like to substitute them out and, like have someone else man weapons, and then you're the free Engi roaming repair person who can go wherever you need to fix stuff. But for now, this is probably fine. And you're right here. Yeah. We'll just simply never take damage in Sector 1. How about that? Then it doesn't matter, right? Okay. Bottlenecking a little bit here, but I'm not too worried. I feel like this should be a pretty good ship. It feels like with all these ships that have good weapons and bad defenses, you just kind of destroy enemy ships in Sector 1, build up this money, then you have good defense and good weapons, and then you're fine. Like, if we run into a 2-shield ship and I have these weapons, I'm probably alright. Like, yeah, Ion Blast, Crystal Burst 1, we could probably open them up for the Mini Beam, but Ion Blast, Crystal Burst 1 is fine. Well, we can maybe get some more crew here. So with half just a single shield bar here, I can't do anything particularly fancy with the Zoltan and oh yeah, you don't even have a job right now. Yeah, you're not doing anything, so hop in there for now. So anyway, so I can't do the fancy, like, 2 Zoltans in the shield room trick with this one. I'll at least try to, like, fish for a, like, breach in the oxygen, maybe? Like that. But, yeah, case in point, I can't really stay here forever. Yeah, even with that happening, that's still not great. We'll try this. Like, maybe I can distract somebody into the engines room or something. Okay, that's a distraction right there. So yeah, if I can keep them busy enough, or like stop them from putting that out, then we're in pretty good shape. Not sure if I want to wait or if I just want to Crystal Burst now. Like, Crystal Burst has a tiny stun chance, and a breach chance. So I'll go for that. Yeah, 2 damage and then possibly this burns out or something. This is probably worth it. Yeah, stun the human. Only got a Mantis working on that fire. I definitely want either the scrap or the crew kill here. We're not just taking a Mantis. We can do better. Come on, fire. Spread. Ah. Oh well. Guess I can see if... I get, like, one more mini-beam here is I think what's happening. But I'll try it. Maybe the mini-beam will set a fire or some such. Ah, lucky. Alright. Maybe, if you can't quite put that out... Hey, presto. There we go. So, oxygen is low enough that they can't fix that. They can't fix that. We can just get some weapons training and wait for them to suffocate. Because apparently they're having trouble charging up their FTL drive. Somehow, well, you can come up with your own in-universe reason, I suppose, but, out of universe, the AI just is not smart enough to realize that they're completely toast in a situation like this. And they really should be running away. But they're just not. Oh well, maybe some other games someday will be, have extra smart crewmen who realize when the situation is futile. Because that's the one thing you can't teach a computer is futility. You can give it proxies for utility. You can give it heuristics for futility. But you can't teach them futility itself, the underlying concept. Anyway, do I want a Mantis, really, necessarily? I think in a situation like this, where I've got a pretty solid crew complement already, I think I just want another Engie. Like, we have Rockman Blue options already. If we ever get a teleporter, I'd be fine with boarding with a Rockman and a Crystal Man. That would be fine. So, sure. All things being equal, another Engie, please. And money. Okay, well now we get to have our cake and eat it too. So now I've just got 2 Engie hanging around. One of them goes on doors, and one of them just kind of floats around. I mean, we've got the Zoltan shield, so... like, the only thing that can harass us this early on, like in the very first few seconds of a ship fight, would be boarders, and having the doors manned will help with that. So, otherwise, I should be able to see damage coming very, very quickly. Like, plenty of time for it to run you over here in advance of when I'm about to take damage. Even in an asteroid field, like asteroid field, rebel rigger, combat drones, like, both a beam drone and asteroids are shredding this thing, then I will have plenty of time to run you over here. We'll see. That might happen. Or maybe I'll just get lucky and it won't. Yeah. I've got plenty of fuel. No problem. Okay. If you insist, game, sure. We'll just have even more insurance for the mid-game. Don't think I really needed that, but hey... happy to have it. Okay, well, we're gonna be built pretty well for this. Okay, so I don't see any drones visible. They don't have... well, thank you, scanners. So they probably have a boarding drone that they'll launch as soon as my weapons are down. But, this build, Zoltan Shield and good weapons, ought to be perfect for this kind of situation. I don't even mind that the Ion Blast missed. We're going to hit, piloting, I think. Yeah. Alright, now that ought to land. Now we shred them with the beam. I do need to actually make sure that that doesn't fire again. So I guess Ion Blast the weapons this time. Ooh, Ion Intruder. good. I figured that even if they do get that, like, if this was like a 3 bars of shields with the buffer bar and the shields came up, the fact that they're distracted this much meant that this Crystal Burst would have time to charge up. But they don't even have that, so Mini Beam, of course. Meantime, if they ion my sensors, I'm okay with that, of course. Okay. I think I could have won that battle fairly handily, even if things went much worse than they did, but I'm happy that they went that smoothly. I am in no particular rush to get upgrades. Like, there's, I'd say, yeah, it's Zoltan B again, like, similar analysis applies. There are some people who would say that maybe you want to get level 3 engines, but honestly, if you're really careful with how you use your weapons, that should make up for, like, dodge. It might help a bit against the aforementioned, like, Rebel Disruptor, Asteroid Field. I guess it'd be Auto Assault Asteroid Field. I forget if you can actually run into a proper, like, Rebel Disruptor and an Asteroid Field in Sector 1. I don't think that that's in the pool. So I think it's like Auto Assault Asteroid Field or Rebel Disruptor, but not in an Asteroid Field. I think that's how that goes. But yeah, even then, we should have time. Like, Ion Blast Mini Beam is just so fast. If I had slower weapons, like, if I was really relying upon slow, powerful weapons and Zoltan Shield, then maybe that 15 scrap for Engines 3 might matter. But I just feel like I'd much rather just be 15 scrap closer to Shields 1. I forget how this goes. I think if we dock with this, like, even the Zoltan Shield doesn't protect us. I think there's a chance that, like, pirates blow up our engines. We're at full hull. Try saying that fast. So I'm not that concerned about the hull damage. I'm concerned about, like, not being able to get scrap here. And I think if I ignore this, there's, like, most of the time it works, and then, like, a third of the time it's a pirate ambush or something. I think this has slightly higher chance of something happening, so I think I'm willing to risk the hull for something to happen here. Okay, this is one of the ones I'm fine with, because we get a fight. Our engines being broken doesn't matter as much. I mean, we still probably do want to fix them, but even if this is like an Artemis missile and this is a heavy laser, like, they can't bust through our Zoltan Shield fast enough before we get our first hit on them. So, we're still good. Like, in practice, we just do not have a problem here. Okay, fine, I'll do it in this order. It's Ion, that'll be down for a while. Okay, it's just a Leto too, so... That is actually not a half-bad surrender. Like, there are some cases in which I would take this. Let's see, this was an average, pirate, I think. Yeah, like, there's no double reward here, so it's just this or blowing them up. In which case, I'm likely to just kind of get this anyway, like, roughly this reward. I think I just take this. Like, this is a perfectly fine reward. I don't think we can really do much better. And they're too dangerous to try anything fancy with, like, Ion Blast, Ion Stun, or Ionized Oxygen, which is a new option we've got now. So, okay. Yeah. It's modest, but you do actually get to live. That's actually not a bad surrender. Okay, well, keep going. Maybe we can find a distress beacon up here. We've got pretty good distress blue options on this ship. You've got an Engie and a Rockman. You've got an Ion Blast and a Mini Beam. So that's plenty of pretty good options. Plus you've got the Clone Bay, so... Yeah, Sector 1 distress is pretty good on this ship. Sure, we'll fight the mercenaries. Yeah, you don't have your proper registration, right? Yeah, you're, I mean, you're soliciting, Well, not murder, no. You were scouting the sector or delaying the rebels, so, like... Honestly, this does seem kind of on the up and up here. Like, this... I don't think they're really doing anything particularly wrong, but, you know, we've got to show him who's in charge here, right? I mean, I don't know what other, things we have on file on our computer. I don't know what crimes they may have committed. I don't have all the information about them. I think you've misidentified what ship is attacking you, which is understandable if I've broken all of your targeting computers and whatnot. I think we can do better. Or can we? Like, what am I going to get if I blow you up? Probably, like, 1 fuel, 1 missile, and 11 scrap or something. Like, that is a lot of missiles. Okay, you know what? I'm feeling unusually merciful today. Alright, you get to live too. 8 missiles. Maybe we'll get a small bomb or something. Really put that to use. Maybe we'll get swarm missiles. We've got options now. Okay, early store. If I wanted to be extremely silly, I could sell the Zoltan Shield and get up to like 80 scrap. Sell the Ion Stunner, and that gets us up to, Ion Stunner is like 35, so that's 17, I think. Yeah, so one extremely silly thing I could do is go to the store, sell Zoltan Shield, sell Ion Stunner, and get shields. Then we are just a regular old ship with shields and 3 good weapons. I'm not actually going to do that, but that gives you an example of what kind of flexibility you can have on a ship like this. Because 40 scrap is quite a lot of money, it turns out. Maybe let's make one more jump and then go to the store and see what we have there then. Yeah, like, what else are we even in the market for? Like, shields, of course, but, and then I guess it'll be shields, and then maybe shields 2, and then 50 scrap for Ion Stunner. So I'm just wondering, like, what do we even buy at a store? Do we want anything at a store? Maybe not. I don't think so. Like, of course there's hacking. Yeah, like, of course there's hacking. But, it's a little early in the game to actually be getting it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with just locking it in now. Mind control would certainly help. Maybe we jump here and just see if we get a ton of money and then go to the store, if we do. But otherwise, we probably don't, and we go to the Sector 2 store, right? Like, I think there's nothing wrong with just pretending we didn't see the store, but maybe if we get a whole bunch of scrap, I'll think about it. If there was a charge ion in there, I'd consider selling Ion Stunner and buying that, but, like, we just don't really need to do that kind of upgrade, is the thing. Also, we're definitely not surrendering crew to slavers, by the way. Oh yeah, there's this guy over here. Yeah. Yeah, get a load of this guy. Who does he think he is? Okay, that's fine. You get to be all fancy and dodge. Okay, so this is Artemis and Heavy Laser. I should try and suppress those weapons. Let's see if this Ion Blast lands first. I think I have time for this. Yeah, 16 seconds. That's gonna fire at, well, that's also gonna fire at 16. I think I just go for the burst now. Yeah, just roll the dice on that. Their evasion is likely pretty low, and yeah. Alright, we'll just shut them off. Okay. That's fine. We even dodged it. I'm gonna say they're probably not gonna have any more weapons. Like, I think weapons are just a thing they're not gonna get to have. But yeah, this is crazy. Like, we have good damage, and we have 2 things that can cause status effects. I forget what the breach chance is on Crystal Burst. It's not great, but there are 2 shots of it. I think it's maybe slightly better than Burst 1's fire chance. Like, Burst 1's fire chance is pretty low. I think it's like 10 or 15% or something. So I think it's similar for Burst 1. Maybe I'll look that up in between episodes or something. Or maybe I will have already edited in the breach chance post-processing. We'll see. Fix that. Oh, they're getting away real fast. But if I land both of these, then I get it, so I think I'll hit engines. Okay. Note that the projectile, like the... like that took the long way in. So these are pretty closely grouped together, so I didn't benefit from, the first crystal hitting the engines didn't actually matter, because the second one crossed the shield bubble before the first one hit the engines. So my little trick there didn't actually do anything. It just turned out that they had small engines anyway. But that sort of, like, order of operations thing can matter, as far as, like, lowering the evasion with the first shot so that the second shot has a higher chance to land. Doesn't really work that way with this weapon, but could if you had, like, 2 basic lasers or something. Oh, by the way, it was a slave ship, so get high money for that. Is 67 enough to feel good about going to the store? Like, that's, now I could sell Ion Stunner and get, like, a Flak 1 or something. We can't afford a system, which I think is what I would be most interested in buying. I don't think I want to sell the Ion Stunner to get Mind Control. So I think that means we're just not going to the store then. I don't think I want to sell a Zoltan Shield for hacking or Mind Control. We still need this, for now. So, no store. No Sector 1 store. But there was a chance. There was a chance that that could have mattered. It just doesn't. Oh well. Onwards and upwards. Hey, look at that. Paying off pretty quickly there. Alright, well. It's not much, but it's a living. Just netted like 20 scrap for that and free repairs, but it's better than nothing. And hey, I don't know what they're up to. That could be a critically important mining sector. We might need those rare earth metals for batteries down the line. Who knows? Maybe contributing to that mine means that I can buy a Burst Laser 2 in Sector 7 because they manufactured it with the metals from those asteroids. Who knows? Everything is interconnected in ways we can never really fully predict. Anyway, there's another pirate. We're gonna do pretty much the same thing we've been doing to all the rest of them. Like, they've really not been giving me the nasty Sector 1 encounters that I was a little bit afraid of. But they can happen. They definitely can happen. Yeah, for example, here's a missile and an Engie repairing this time. Let's slow them down a bit. Okay, good. By the way, Mini Beam is just a ridiculously good weapon. Like, we're not on a stealth ship here. I just missed that. I whiffed that Mini Beam. It's not gonna matter. Like, we are just so far ahead of them in damage output, it's ridiculous. This thing is just really powerful when you know how to aim it. Sure. Good double reward. Good fuel reward. We are on our way. I'm barely missing the missing beacons here. Like, we've got a plenty valuable enough Sector 1. You forgot your shields. You're going to regret that. There's maybe an argument for switching off Crystal Bursts and using Ion Stunner here. I think we'll be okay. The statistics seem to be on my side here. I think we had one enemy that managed to break our Zoltan shields in all of Sector 1. Okay, well, now I can have shields, and I probably should. I could be slightly greedy and jump to the exit and see what the next sector is like, just in case there's a store, like, right at the start of Sector 2. then I might, like, buy mind control and then start saving up for shields. Does that make sense? I'm not sure if it does. Like, that does not help us in our main bad fight of auto assault and asteroid field. Hacking does. Oh, absolutely. That means that we probably hack either their drones or their evasion, depending upon what kind of, well, how we do against their attack drone or something. That would be really risky, but it could work. Well, if we do run into a ship at the exit beacon, it's probably not any worse than anything else going on, and it's not going to be an asteroid field, and it's not going to be a pulsar, so... if it's a rebel disruptor with hacking and a beam drone, then I'm sad, but most of the rest of the time, like, I can get away with this, so I think I'm good. And if that does happen, then it'll lend some needed spice to this run. Okay, cool. Alright, we can just have another weapon. Obviously that would have been a lot funnier with 16 missiles. It's still pretty good with 8. Do I want to use that now? Like, funnily enough, like, this is not a bad 4-power weapons loadout either. Like, honestly, like, you could probably design a ship that started with this stuff and you would be perfectly alright too, but, I don't know, for the sake of illustrative argument, we'll keep the Burst 1 around for now. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. If I didn't have anything better, I would definitely use the small bomb, but I think we'll be okay here. Okay, no reason to get super ultra greedy, though. Like, this is just greedy way beyond what I need. If this was a bad sector, I could consider going Abandoned Sector 2. That would be fine, but, we're in the market for both scrap and stores, so we will still go to NG controlled. There's distress beacons we can go to. It's just the better option. There's no balance mods at play here. This is still just the vanilla FTL experience, so NG sectors are still just really good. Get free drone schematics, get free augments, get like space stations we can put out the fires on, all that good stuff. This is... well, we've got a clone bay here, so yeah, we'll definitely board that. And, do I want a 6th crew, or do I want a drone? I think we've got plenty of crew, so we will, we'll save the drone schematic. That's interesting. There's another good option. Shield suppression, and then sneak in a crystal burst mini-beam. And I didn't have to pay for that one. So... that's another possible mid-game option we've got there. Okay, so... I've got sellables. I should just get shields now. So I'm just gonna get shields now. And I'll even treat myself and I'll get a power bar. That is just how amazingly good this run has been going. How much... wait a minute, how much power did this start with? I got one from... right. I got one from the, yeah, I got one from the missiles. When I traded 15 missiles for stuff, that had 1 power in it. I think I got another one for free at another event. Yeah, so I think this ship is not accounting for the Zoltan power. This is something I should have done at the start of the run, but whatever, it's fine. No, it is. So, like, if both of those two whole, like, reactors, like the one I just bought just now and the one I got for free from an event, weren't there, then this, yeah, like, there's 1 bar for the shields, which I think most of the time you wouldn't start with. So this ship could probably start with 1 fewer power, and it would still be very good. But since it does seem like it has that 1 extra power, so that's why, like, you know, I look away from all the other stuff I'm doing up here in this part of the screen. I look down here, and all of a sudden I've got, like, 4 more reactor bars than I'm expecting to have. So we have the energy for shields too. We just have to buy them, and honestly, that is probably what's next up on the list. If we have shields too, then we probably don't need Ion Stunner. Like, they have pretty similar costs. Ion Stunner might actually maybe be better. I don't know. It's a little hard to tell. Ooh, they've got mind control. Fancy. Hard mode does increase the chances that these early game enemies will have these optional systems on them compared to easy or normal, so that does make the early game a little bit more difficult. If the developers ever did get around to making an unfair mode, definitely cranking that up, like making it like, I don't know, 90% chance that they have these optional systems. That would go a long way towards making the early game very swingy and very dangerous. I even, like, that was autopilot, you can tell. Like, I didn't even shoot their weapons. But I shot their weapons this time, and we're fine, so... we might take 1 damage from an asteroid or something. Or they might just die. That's fine, we can just ignore that. They're dead. So you go here, and you go here, I guess. And if borders board us in the sensors, then we just vent them. So that's fine. Like, this is a strong ship. This is a strong ship, and we're already past the most dangerous part of the game with it. Like, we just got our shields. We're hopefully just going to be on a roll from this point forward. So we kind of missed our chance to have a particularly dangerous or exciting early game. Doubly especially now that we've got more weapons and we can just... We're spoiled for choice as to how we want to go into the mid-game, so we can just do it and we'll be fine. So, I think this ship does have weaknesses, they just have decided not to show up today. So, like, we're already off to a great start. Yeah, when we have 2 shields and weapons this good, who needs 3 engines? That's my thinking. Why even roll the dice? Just roll the dice on the enemy side. Don't roll the dice on our side. We've got the Zoltan shield. Got the Zoltan shield. What could hurt us? A few things could. But they're going to have a hard time doing it. Look, here's a... Yeah, look at this. We've got a 2-shield, pirate, light cruiser, slug model, cloaking, and honestly, kind of reasonable weapons there. And I just don't even care. Like, this would be a menace to NGB, Stealth B... it'd be annoying for Federation C. I mean, maybe not too bad. Depends on what kind of crew we've got going on here. Guess we'll take a peek. Federation B would also not be happy to see this, but a ship this strong, this is just going to be a bit more of a speed bump, that's all. Okay, so we missed the Ion Blast. That is a little annoying. We are going to see the issue with, like a bit of an anti-synergy going on here between crystal weapons and not taking down the shields for the mini-beam, which is the other idea with this, that the architect had in mind when they made this weapons loadout, was that this would happen. But even then, like, I just don't care that much. I'm gonna Ion Blast again, and then I get 2 chances to hit their weapons and slow them down. I might have to actually hit their shields at some point, but once I do... Yeah, like, that buys me time, and now I can probably target shields next, and then we're alright. I missed them firing that. That was actually important. I should have actually noticed they did that. Because if I did, I might have been able to flash the shields to turn them off, turn them on, let the ions through, and stop this from happening. So I think we are taking damage here, then, because I didn't notice that. I am being lulled into a false sense of security when I should not be, but thanks to manning the shields, we're actually fine. Alright, get over there. Yeah, I don't need to do anything in particular. They're abandoning the repairs, so do this. Alright, you get that put out. Nice, very, very nice. Rockman and 2NG can put out a fire very, very fast. Now their shields are down. Now they're like any other ship. They are going to get crushed. Wow, that was close. We almost took 2 damage there. Yeah, it'd be a real shame if that happened. Yeah, we can greed a little bit more. We can do one more jump, then go to the store. Sure thing. No, there's nothing foolish about this. I don't even care that you've... Oh, one Mantis? Come on. You can do a little bit better than that. Anyway, so we're definitely gonna beat them up. They don't even have a clone bay. We could even do, like, this kind of... Now that we have 1.5 shields, now we could run, you in there. They can't actually hurt us. Like, that is... I think that's just true. I think they just can't hurt us. I think that means we can get a little bit frisky with trying to choke them out. You are engines person. No, you're not. You're the roaming, you're on, engines. Well, I guess you get some training. So here's how this is going to work. You are going to get stunned by the Ion Blaster, but I can keep putting more power into my shields by running you in and out. So every time the Ion damage wears off and you're not stunned, I just run you out of the room, replace your power with reactor power, run you back in there, you add your power in, and now there's 3 power in shields. And since this only does 1 Ion damage, when this hits our actual shields, then we still have a shield bubble up, because 3 minus 1 is 2, as it turns out. So, they can't hurt us. I'm pretty sure this stun doesn't last long enough for this to be an issue. Yeah, that all wears off at the same time. So, as long as I'm careful about this, make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, like, I just need to make sure that you get out of there before this next ion projectile lands. And get back in. This has to happen before this hits our ship again. So, even with the stun effect, they can't stop me from doing this. So, they can't hurt me. In the meantime, all I need to do is build up enough ion damage on shields that we... Oh. Alright. I also need to pay attention, mind you. Okay, no fire. I might have been able to spare one of those shots in here, but I think this is going to come on fast enough that we're alright here. Alright. Don't make that mistake again, though. Okay, so they do have level 2 oxygen. That's, going to make this harder to do. I think I'm better off probably just fishing for the fire chance on Minibeam. I was hoping this would just be level 1. Then I could have tried to do ion stacking on shields, ion their oxygen. I could at least get, like, a little bit. I can try this out. Oh. So, like, there's a lot that I could do to optimize how well this works. I could wait until they run out of drone parts so that that doesn't happen. Okay, let me fix this up in advance so I don't forget about it. Okay, Andy just got that fixed. Alright, I think I need to land both of those on the shields. So, yeah, in principle, I could do this a really slow, really perfectionist way, and I think if I waited here for an infinite amount of time, eventually I'd get the crew kill with just the Ion Stunners and not the Mini Beam. So I think you have an idea of how that would work, but I also want to actually get this fight done sometime today. So I'm going to kind of mix my approach and do this slightly sloppily, but still in a way which might work. Okay, the beam just went off, so I think we're okay here. It's kind of close. Okay, it was pretty close when we got there. So, there's just a lot of micromanagement involved in doing this perfectly, and I don't want to do that much. I'll do some of it, but I don't want to do that much. On a ship, mind you, that is doing this well, like if this was an NGB kind of situation and I was desperate and I felt like we really needed to do this, then I would probably sit down, square up, and do this right, but I don't think I actually care that much, is what's going on here. So in short, the proper way to do this would be to sit here, do like this cycling trick properly every single time, build up a ton of ion damage on the shields, then switch to Ion Blast and Ion Stunner and keep stunning you while you're in the oxygen room, I think. Possibly mix in like an occasional like extra Ion Blast on this, and basically keep this ionized. And go from there. Like, keep both of these systems ionized. And eventually the ion damage might wear off on the shields, but then I could probably, like, swap to putting 2 ions on the shields. And in principle, that could work. I am kind of, sort of making it work, though, anyway. Yeah, if he fixes that, I can beam that one more time. So, we are there anyway. We are just there anyway. Alright. So, could have done that cleaner, and obviously should have done this, like, in practice, and in practice, I just outlined. It's just a matter of paying attention. This should not have had a chance to hurt me, but you can see that even with my sloppy play, like, there is some amount of lead in this. I do not have to do it perfectly to get the result I want. That was not perfect, but case in point, in a situation like this, you can get a crew kill. Especially because I've got the Ion Stunner. Okay, I think that pretty much spoke for itself in ways both good and bad, but where are we now? I would probably sell the Combat 2 for mind control or some such and be alright with that. Yeah, like, that would just be good, so I'll do that now. Alright, what have we got? Is this a good store? This is a good store. Firebeam is fun. I don't know if this is the kind of ship that could really do it, though, but we've got the starting basis of a good build for that. We've got Zoltan Shield. We've got Ions to get the shields down for plenty long enough for Firebeam to do its full trace. At the start, our ship was geared towards hitting them hard and with it as hard as possible with the first volley. This could potentially help disable those big ships. It might just be a bit of a reach, though. Like, we're... The safe play here is to just buy Mind Control or Hacking and call it good. Either of those would be fine. I think you can assume that if I bought Hacking, like, I would probably win the game. Like, just hacking enemy evasion makes the Ion Blasts, both of those land and get the Ion Cascade started, and then just do a whole lot of work from there. Mind Control's a little bit more interesting, but I almost feel like there's an anti-synergy here. Like, I've got 2 stunning weapons, and Mind Control is worse if I'm, like, stunning the person I'm mind controlling, right? So, it's just hacking here, right? Too bad. I was actually kind of looking forward to Drone Control being the system on sale and trying to make use of the combat too, because we just don't get a lot of chances to see this at work. That said, as though I didn't have enough choices already, maybe I just hang on to this in case we run into Drone Control in the future. I can't afford Mind Control if I do that, though. So that would definitely fall into the greedy play category. And I feel like we shouldn't be that greedy. No. Sorry, Combat 2. Not yet. Maybe I'll find you later. Maybe we'll pick you up in, like, Sector 5 or something, and we'll have a good time then. How's that sound? Alright, hopefully we'll see you later. I could buy the Mind Control now. Or I could sell the small bomb and get hacking, and, you know, we can probably imagine how that story would go from there. I feel like I should buy Mind Control. Maybe for demonstrative purposes more than, like, win rate purposes, because you can certainly imagine that if I bought hacking, yeah, like, I'm going in circles at this point. Case in point, hacking is really good. 8 drone parts would be plenty for it. I'm going to attempt to make the run more interesting. Okay, Mind Control. Somebody needs to be on scanners now, and probably I'll buy more fuel. Yeah. Do I just buy all the fuel? Since we still want level 2 shields, we probably don't go crazy on fuel. Especially since we're in Sector 2, and that's still, like, 3 or 4 fights till we get that money. But now we can maybe crew kill. We're definitely buying up to at least 12. And then if I buy 4 more fuel, that's like 1 or 2 more fights. I mean, we have a Zoltan shield. Like, it's not like we're just stuck at 1 shield. We've got a Zoltan shield. And pretty good weapons. And Mind Control. Okay, we'll buy all the fuel. We're gonna need that later. So it's not like it's a waste. And we'll get our 2 shields later. And we'll keep on rolling. Somebody needs to get on scanners. Okay, somebody needs to get on scanners right now. Okay, good. No attack drone. Do you have ship drones? You do. Wow, you are late to the party, friend. I'm just sitting here shaking my head. Meantime, you should get your weapons experience. And, yeah. Well, we might not have hacking, but we can certainly exploit a bug in the anti-personnel drone's disciplinary measures. Good work, anti-personnel drone. You, want a job on our team? No? Alright. Well, they're gonna have a story to tell about that one. That's for sure. Okay. If you insist. In practice, this is probably better for us. Like, this is 15 seconds. This is 1 second slower, but starts becoming a fast gun after that. And it gets the shields down properly for the mini-beam to actually hit. So that is probably just straight up an improvement over Crystal Burst 1, which is a shame. Honestly, I think Mini-Beam is honestly even a better weapon. Like, this is not such a great loadout. This is a better one. So, we're probably just going to stick with this for a while. Like, this will be fine against Tier 2 shield ships. And then we'll be on the lookout for a better ion weapon or a better beam. Or just a better gun for this position than Crystal Burst 1. And this will be fine. This is even the kind of build where Chain Burst Laser is actually sort of a little bit good, because it will actually speed up to be as fast as these ion guns. So that is a demonstrable, that is actually a good improvement. So yeah, as soon as we get Tier 2 shields, yeah, I am definitely fast-tracking that 5th weapons bar. That is so much better than it even was to begin with. I think we've got a strong run going here, folks. It is a good one. Do I want even more fuel? No.